The Marine Toys for Tots foster care program is bringing hope to children who need it most. Every 2 minutes, a child enters foster care, often with only a small bag of belongings. More than 400,000 children face trauma and uncertainty, many before age 8. This May, during Foster Care Awareness Month, Toys for Tots is creating Room for Joy. In 2025, nearly 375,000 children received comfort through toys, books, and essentials, reminding them they are not alone. Donate now and change a child's life.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Theft. Stop domestic violence. They're not there to do the federal government's bidding.
So Governor Kathy Hochul also said that President Trump promised her before that he wouldn't just flood New York with ICE agents, that he would ask her first. But if you ask Border Czar Tom Oman, he says he doesn't need her permission.
Well, Governor Hochul, I'm not asking either. I said it, we're going to do it. No, she wants to sign legislation. She supports this legislation it's going to lock us out of jails.
Okay, I want to go through these changes. It's important to point these out for people watching. This year's budget will include these new sanctuary-style laws, like blocking local police from working with ICE on basic civil immigration cases, protect information on your immigration status if you live in the state, allow lawsuits against federal agents, kind of like what we saw was happening out in Minneapolis, and then ban agents from wearing masks, which we know is a sticking point when it comes to ICE. So DHS says Dems are protecting migrant criminals. They point these cases out. Since April, the agency is talking about illegal immigrants tied to several violent crimes.
Yes, my friends, the battle goes on. New York State has supposedly a budget that they don't have because Assembly people and others are saying, no, we didn't come up with a deal. And in that deal, Kathy Hochul and Democrats in New York say, no, the federal government, now you can't wear masks if you're ICE agents. You can't come in public places. You can't. I don't know how many times you have to go over the same point. In this country, America, states don't control the federal government. They don't rule over the federal government. They don't make laws over the federal government. It's called supremacy. And not in the context that most people in the Democrat Party use it. It means federal law supersedes state law. So everything that they're talking about is just nonsense. And Democrats are doing this all over the country. They're coming up with these, we're not going to let ICE do this. No, they have no control. Now, what does need to happen, I've been saying this, welcome, by the way, it's the Thursday edition of Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour, fastest hour in American media. What I have been saying for decades now is that we actually need to have this matter come before the Supreme Court once and for all and just stop it. Just rule all of these sanctuary cities illegally. They should be illegal anyway. I don't know why this hasn't happened already. That this case goes to the Supreme Court on one of these sanctuary laws, make sure that they all understand it, and then when you have state officials and governors trying to interrupt the federal government, toss their asses in jail. Just make it simple. Just put them in jail and stop all of it. Tom Homan, as you heard from that report, look, we've got a lot to do. I want to get into L.A. The L.A. debates were on fire last night. Spencer Pratt lit it up. California governor's debate. We have that, but there are some other things. There's a lot going on with Iran. You know, I haven't spent all that much time on Iran because I think it needs to be in depth. I'm just going to say this now about, yes, he's jumping all over the place, but I'm going to say this about Iran. I think we may have a deal coming up within the next week, 2 weeks. However, I think that there will be a lot of questions asked. Lily Bonnick's there, so I can just include everybody. I think a lot of questions are going to be asked about the nature of the deal because it appears to me, with what I'm reading, that Iran will still have control of the Strait of Hormuz. In fact, Iran has formed a new agency. They've already sent out letters indicating that in order for shippers to get past the Iranians, they're going to have to comply. What is unknown is whether there will be tolls or not. Now, the United States has a 14-point plan with Iran that is being discussed right now, waiting for an answer. That answer is going to be delivered through Pakistan to the United States of America. But it appears to me, and this is, I think, a question that the administration's going to have to ask. You know, you've been telling us that Iran is done. They have no military. They have nothing. If Iran is done, why are they still in position to dictate anything? And I think that simple question is going to have to be asked. Iran apparently has political might and political strength, and I think it's going to have to be explained to the American people at some point, if a deal is reached, why Iran still, if they are granted control over the Strait of Hormuz, and thereby control over the levels of oil, the free flow of oil, what did the world get? I am not being critical of the administration, and I want to make that clear. I think that Iran, it's very similar to what I think about Democrats, long overdue. Iran has been at war with the United States, and I have said this for decades, for 47 years. Well, I haven't said 47 years, because for decades I've been saying they've been in a state of Cold War with the United States of America, and sometimes that war has heated up as the days when we were engaged in Iraq, and they were killing American servicemen with their IEDs and with the acts of terror that they were fomenting around the world. So I am not one of these people that believes that it is a wasted effort trying to rein in Iran. I just am concerned for the administration, concerned that if there is a deal reached, and Iran still looks like they have won what many people wouldn't consider to be legitimate spoils of war, how that's going to play out. And I think they need to answer those questions and get ahead of the curve on Iran. Okay.
Sacco and Felice, New York and New Jersey's premier attorneys at law. Their team brings decades of experience across a wide range of practice areas. Whatever life brings, they're your legal team. From everyday matters to complex cases, they've got you covered with the experience you need and the results you want. Because when life gets complicated, they make it simple. SaccoFelice.com. SACCOFILLAS.com. 2 C's, 2 L's.